Maybe.
Are you trying out?
He knows better.
I'm coming out. Yeah, I'll be a 2-guard.
They've been practicing forever.
You get a shooting guard? You get a shooting guard?
I'll play her cop.
Here's our
Yeah,
equation.
we need a point guard. You need a point guard.
And I would say
All right, here we go, you guys. You know the drill. Come on, let's get focused. We need a good grade. Here's our chance.
Factor.
So on top, I'm going to take out a 2. And that's going to leave me with x minus 3, x plus 3. Now guys, the 2 stays. Don't lose it. Let's take our coats off and get uniform here. Are the phones in the caddy?
Yes, ma'am.
Then our denominator will factor out. Minus 4, minus 3, I heard somebody say it. Perfect. What do we notice?
there's a hole.
We're gonna have a hole. And again, I'm keeping that 2. That 2 is part of my problem. And now I'm ready to fill in my blanks. Remember when, Keaton, are you okay, sweetheart?
Yeah. My pen's right now.
Okay. Remember when you fill in your blanks, the asymptotes are equations. So when I say where is your vertical asymptote, in the blank, you're gonna write,
What's your x equals?
well, for vertical asymptote, you're gonna write x equals 4. And for horizontal asymptote, you're gonna write y equals 2. See, that 2 is important. Now, everything else is a point. So what is my x-intercept? Thanks, where's it come from? X-intercept comes from the numerator. What is it? Negative 3 comma 0. How about my y-intercept? Where does it come
Put
from?
in zeros, it'd be
Put in zeros, so I would get
3
6,
or 6 over negative 4.
which is gonna reduce to,
3 over negative 2.
yep, or negative 1.5. And then what's the only other thing I don't have in here? I usually do it first.
Oh,
I did it first so I don't forget it, and I almost forgot it. I need my whole, and that's gonna happen where what? Where x is
Cross out or
3,
cancel out.
yep. So then I'll plug in 3, uh-oh. I get negative 12. We'll just have to keep going down. whole page of different kinds of inequalities. All right. You've all told me you'd rather be somewhere else right now. Let's make the most of it. We got a test coming up. What do I do? Gotta get a zero. Gotta get a zero. So x squared minus 4x is less than zero. I can factor out a GCF. Then what? Draw my handy dandy number line. I'm gonna have a dot at 0 and a dot at 4. And those dots are open.
Pick a point.
You can pick a point. You absolutely can pick a point. You can also use your shortcut on this one if you want to. If that confuses you, pick a point. Now, you can't pick 0 this time because you have to pick a point that isn't a dot. But I'm going to use my shortcut. 2 dots, no squares, less than, means shade where? In between. If you can't remember the shortcut, don't use it. Pick a point. Do it that way. So for example, Zion, if you picked 1, number 1, you would have 1 times -3. And that is less than 0, so you would shade that part right there. And as long as we don't have any squares, if we shaded there, we aren't going to shade here. It always alternates unless you have that. It always alternates. So my answer is 0. Now we have a harder problem. And I shouldn't say harder, more, bigger, more steps. But I'm going to start the same way, right? Don't I need a 0? So I'll subtract 3. Now what though?
Multiply it.
Now I need to get a common denominator.
Yeah.
So this is a 1 right now. It needs to be an x minus 2. So I have one big giant fraction. The denominator is x minus 2, because that's the common denominator. And then what's on top? X plus 4 minus 3x plus 6. We're distributing a -3, so it's going to be plus 6. And that becomes negative 2x plus 10. Take a -2 out of the top if you want to, and if you do, do that, you do it carefully. You take out a -2, we'll have x minus 5. And that matters because now I know where to put my dots. I get 1 dot from the top, 1 dot from the bottom. The dot on top is at 5. The dot on the bottom is at 2. I want to color those in because of that, but I never, ever, ever colored a denominator. So only the numerator gets colored. Now you can use your shortcut on this one too. You have to be careful. It's going to be backwards. There's a backwards shortcut. Or if you want to do what Zion does, he's going to pick a point. Can you pick 0 this time? Yeah. You can pick 0. Then he plugs in 0. He gets positive 10 over negative 2. Is negative 5 bigger than 0?
Yes.
Nope. Negative 5 is not bigger than 0.
No.
Yeah. So we don't shade, so this must be shaded. Notice, if I do my backward shortcut, 2 dots, less than, greater than. But when so this should be a greater than. But when I put a negative in front, it flips everything, and instead of being out, it's going to be. You do not have to use shortcuts if they confuse you. Always just pick a point. If you need to. Alright, one more on this page, then we'll be half done with the test already. This one is already factored for us, which is good. And there are going to be 2 dots on the number line. They're both going to be colored in. Are you following? And where will the dots be? -3 and +3, yep. Straight out of the parentheses, just like always. This one's trouble.
You gotta do the.
Gotta do all 3 of them. There's no shortcuts here. So I'll pick a number here, like -4. -4 plus 3 is -1. -4 minus 3 is -7, but it's squared, so it's 49. If I multiply -1 times 49, am I bigger than 0? Nope. Now I'll pick 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 minus 3 is -3, but squared is 9. Is 3 times 9 bigger than 0? Shade it. Now I'll try 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. Squared is still 1. Is 7 bigger than 0? Yep, color it in. These were done as separate sections, but because that's colored in, are they really separated?
No.
So I can just say -3, 2, and 14. All right, one more inequality. What do we need to do with this last inequality, the letter D? Oh my goodness gracious. We have to have a 0. So you're going to add that stuff over. So x cubed plus 4x squared plus x minus 6. Do that carefully. Add x, subtract 6. I could group it. You can always try grouping, but look what happens.
Yeah, this was on the homework and I didn't know how to do it.
Well, that's what office hours are for, my friend. Yeah, if you can't group it, and that doesn't group, you can't do anything with that because these don't match. Everybody see that? So, no, we're not doing that. We are gonna have to do synthetic division. And what numbers will we guess? 1, 2,
Look at
3,
two.
and 6? Positive and negative? I heard a negative 2. Remember, we are literally guessing. And it was a really good guess. Now stop a minute and look at me. At this point, I want you to draw your number line and put negative 2 on your number line. Because if you don't do it now, you'll probably forget to do it. So do it right now. As soon as you get a winner, you got negative 2, put it on your number line. Then continue on figuring out where else you're going to put numbers. So go back to here. That's x squared plus 2x minus 3. I promise you'll get a factorable problem. You don't have factors, you can use the quadratic formula, but it will factor. So where else do I put dots? At negative 3, and positive 1. Positive 1. Now, we're going to shade every other light, but I don't know where to start. So I'm going to pick a number somewhere. What number do you want to pick? Negative 4 is fine. I'm going to pick 0, and here's why. Here's my problem. If I pick negative 4, I have to put in negative 4 here and here and here. You have a calculator. That's doable. But if I pick 0, look what happens. Gone, gone, gone. Negative 6 less than 0. True? Yep. So where 0 is, which is right here, I'm going to shade. And if I shade there, I'm also going to shade here. So if you tried negative 4, it would work. It's just more arithmetic, more chance to make a mistake. So my answer, are those open? Yep. Negative infinity to negative 3 to negative 2. You guys with me on that?
Yeah, so whenever you find the right number, you don't do like whatever makes it 0, you just do that exact number and put it on the number line.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever this was, that goes on the number line.
Okay.
All right, now we have an equation to solve, which means no number line, no shading, x equals is going to be my answer. So what do I need to do?
Common denominator.
Common denominator. What do you want to do as a common denominator? 8x, that'll work. This one needs an 8. This one needs a 2x. And this one needs an x. Now you guys, make sure that whatever you're putting in the bottom, you're also putting in the top. And And then before you go any farther, does every denominator match exactly? 8x, 8x, 8x. And then I'm ready to go. 16 plus 6x equals 9x. Remember, these are all multiplies here. So 16 equals 3x, and x equals 16 thirds. Do not be alarmed. Very often you get fractions. Sometimes they weird fractions. Subtracted 6x both sides. All right, and last one on this page. As I am writing it down, I am gonna go ahead and factor my denominator, my middle denominator. And we've observed over and over again, that is just these two. And you can double check that to make sure if you're wondering. But I'm not gonna deliberately try to mess you up. Believe it or not, my goal is for you to pass. I know some of you disagree with that. All right, now what? I need a common denominator, and it will be that. So this one needs an x plus 3, and I'm not lazy. I'm writing it on the top and the bottom. This one is good to go. This one needs an x plus 5. Now I'm going to look at that numerator because I want you to be really careful with it. I know that there are no parentheses around this, but would you agree that we are subtracting that whole fraction? So I'm gonna put parentheses around it because I need to remind myself that I am subtracting that and that and that. So I have 2x squared plus 6x minus x squared plus x plus 10 equals 3x plus 15. That problem will be easy to mess up. You just have to be careful with every step. All right, now what? So x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 3x plus 15. Double check that. Now I'll subtract my 3x, subtract my 15, now what? What do I do with that guy? Factoring. So what are my answers? X equals -5 going off in my head. X can't be negative 5. Look at your original problem, kids. There are two numbers that X cannot be. Can't be negative 5, can't be negative 3, because it can't have a 0 in the denominator. So therefore, this one gets crossed off, and the only answer is one more page to go, and the test is over. Jane and Maurice are building a shelter. Maurice can do it in 6 hours, Jane can do it in 4 hours. How long does it take them together? What's your equation gonna look like?
1/4 plus 1/6 equals 1/x.
Yeah, we're not gonna miss this. 1/4 plus 1/6 equals 1/x. Right? Now we're gonna make all the denominators match. And you can make them all 12x, or you can make them all 24x, or you can make them all other things too. I'm gonna go ahead and use 24. You can use 12. You guys have nothing wrong with using 12 at all. I do want you to make sure though that every denominator matches. So 6x plus 4x equals 24.
Yep.
10x equals 24. And x equals 24 tenths, which is 12/5 hours. Did anybody use 12x as your denominator? And you went straight to here, didn't you? Yes.
In the answer, we put x equals 12/5 hours.
Alright, last one. What's our setup gonna be for this guy? Yeah, this is where the amount percent ones. Amount times percent. Okay. Let's go ahead and fill in our percentages first.
X times 0.54.
0.54
X.
and 0.45 and 0.49.
Yeah.
And then a good old how much? And then 6 quarts of the 45.
Yep.
And then 6 plus x or x plus 6. All right, take a second and solve it. See if you can solve it. calculator up here. And let's see. Look on the back of the first page, where you have those three inequalities on the back of page 1. Problems 2A, B, and C. Let's practice one of those. You want a 2A, 2B, or 2C? 2B.
What are we on?
Alright, so you may need a piece of paper, you may have room on here, I don't know, but we're gonna do this. Alright, so I need a volunteer or a team to come up and do this. The rest of us are going to do a sneak. Whoa, whoa, everybody is working on this. Zion, Chase, you guys working on this?
Yeah.
Okay, look at their work so far. They've done magnificently. Yep, you guys are right on target. They did a beautiful job with that problem. So, that is one of the problems that has a lot of steps. Is there anybody that has a question about something? Did you do that?
Half of it. Well, I know how to do the
Half
rest.
is 50%, that's F.
Alright, I'll do the
It's
rest.
up to you. I don't care, it's your review.
I can do it. Can I do an integral problem?
Anybody have, yep. should be closed. Anytime you see that line underneath, they're closed. Anytime you don't see the line underneath, they're open. No, I know what you would do. So I want you to listen to me. Anytime you have that line underneath, they're closed. Anytime you don't have the line underneath, they're open. The only exception to that is denominator dots are never closed. Okay? Denominator dots are never closed. Otherwise, color them in with red equal sign. All right, we good on that? All right, let's look at, let's stay on that page actually. Do you want to do one like the first one or the last one? The last one? All right. So now I need some different volunteers. You guys did a great job. We need some different volunteers.
I see Keaton go up there
To come
once.
up.
Never seen Keaton up there. He was just up there last class.
I see Keaton go up there. I see C.O. Ruiz go up there. I see either one
I ain't
of
never
these
seen
go
Pitt
up
go up there, though. Never seen Pitt.
I see Meg go up there one time. I see like 8 kids go up there one time.
Okay, let's be kind and considerate classmates.
You've been up
And
there once,
maybe,
bro.
Yeah, I've been up there.
Zion, maybe if you offered to take Chase up, he'd go. Come on, let's go. Let's get it done. We don't have much time. Let's go.
Alright.
Thank you, Zion.
Actually, no, do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, the problem with that square is you gotta check every space.
Pardon the interruption. Could you please send Chase Nichols to student services at the end of the period?
Yep.
Thank you.
Would you be able to, could you just like, since it has 3 exits, could you just like start down and then end up and just like go down and like bounce it?
You can.
And then just like go through?
You can. Absolutely
And
can.
then the parts that are less than would just be shaded in.
Below the line, yep. You, no, yeah. Absolutely, you would do that.
Okay. I told you that. And it's 3.
Actually, you can't do that because -1 is an open dot. So it breaks it up. So you'd have to go negative infinity to -1. And then -1 to 3. If that had been a closed dot, Zion, if that had been a closed dot, you could absolutely go straight through. If it were closed, it isn't closed. Yeah, if it were, you could do what you wanted to do. All right, that's perfect. Perfect. He developed a different strategy rather than trying different values. That will always work. It won't work with the ones that are fractions, but it definitely will work with the ones that are real
I guess the rules just don't apply to you.
All right, tomorrow, I don't see tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll do our last practice test and get back all of our papers.